Thought versus instinct. A guide to use both to become your most dangerous self. Thought, instinct, these two entities have been the greatest influence, are the greatest influence in the decisions that we make throughout our daily lives. Thought, instinct. Thought being the ideas and opinions formed from the knowledge and memories from our past. The acquisition of experience that form our perspectives, that create that lens. That is thought. And if thought is that lens, then instinct is the light. Instinct is the independent variable. It goes on regardless. From the very, very beginning, since our birth, we had the innate instinct to feel conditions of hunger, conditions of thirst, knee-jerk reactions. The instinct to even lust. The instinct to not hurt ourselves. For example, if I try to bite my tongue on purpose, my body will not allow me to apply as much pain as it would be if I bit my tongue on accident. We have all these instincts that were hardwired. Our software, our human-based programming have been there since the very day we've been born. Instinct is the quick action. Instinct is the inclination to enact on behavior. No thought goes into it. Just action. Which is the chapter that we are on. How does thought and instinct even relate to action? We'll get there in 1 second. Be patient. Now, let's compare thought and instinct. Thought, long, drawn out, complex, but slow. Instinct, quick, decisive, reactive. Reactive is a very important one. Quick, decisive, and reactive. That is what defines instincts. This plays within action because of the fact that you want to make sure that you're doing the right action. Going and going and going and going at the right pace and at the right speed. Doing the right thing. Let's get to it. So, let's optimize for that, alright? You know us. We don't sit back and not just watching this for fun. Get a pen and paper. If you don't have that, get your notes out. You can put me on the small screen to the left and continue to watch the video. Now, I want you to think of your ideal self for a second. Think of that person who has accomplished all the goals, all the dreams, all the aspirations he has or she has. Achieved them all. They are the best version of yourselves, the qualities that you have inside of you. They have maximized all tiers of their life. Name some traits that would be associated with that person in question. You thought about it. Now, once you've thought about that trait, what are some actions that will validify the trait that you chose? What would they do? What would they do? Now you thought about the action. Now you have the two-step framework. Thought is you cultivating this character, creating the lens for this character to exist. Because at the end of the day, our instincts are forever running. But our instincts can change. Our instincts can be added upon the base ones that we have as humans. We can add our own sets of inclinations based on that lens of thought that we have. So use that. Create that lens. Now you're seeing from the lens of that character. How would that character act? Don't think about what the character would do. Just be the character. There's a huge difference. Let's do this. Let's show you the power of this example that I laid in front of you. Let's say you're on a journey to lose weight. You want to lose 20 pounds. Okay? You want to lose 20 pounds. And you are the base version of yourself, or you right now, and there is your maximized version of yourself. You had those two people. They're both on the same journey to lose 20 pounds. The base you currently, when you see that cookie, you in your mind know that you want to accomplish your goal of 20 pounds, but you don't act immediately. You don't reject that cookie and say, it's not part of my goals. Goals, it's not part of my standard. I don't eat cookies. I'm not a person who eats cookies. It's not for right now. Reject it immediately, move away from the area. But you rationalize for a second. You looked at that cookie a little bit too long. You didn't act fast enough in denying. Now you're thinking, I've been working so hard for the past few days, the past 5 days, and, I feel like one cookie wouldn't hurt. But then you have your thoughts of your peak self just zooming in like, no, let's not eat that cookie. Let's not. Let's get out of here. Let's not eat that cookie. And these two identities are fighting. You're not unified. There's too much turbulence in your headspace. So your instincts are all out of whack. You can't act quickly. And then, boom, your base you rationalize a little too long. You succumb to that old identity and you eat the cookie. Looking like Cookie Monster. Tee up. Then you'll have your maximized self, your peak self, the one who will do it, is going to happen for this person. They see the cookie, rejecting immediately. I don't need a cookie right now. It's not part of my standard. I do not need that cookie right now. And you walk away. There's that inner peace when your thoughts and your instincts are aligned. That, my friend, is alignment. Which is another complexity I can add in there. Not really complexity, this is the whole point. This is how you utilize both. With thoughts, with your long, complex, rational, logical software set in place to succeed. The quick reactive actions that you take in your ever-changing world will be in alignment with that thought. That lens sets the precedent for that quick action whenever life's ever-changing environments come across to us. That's what it is. It's alignment, thought, and instinct. That's how you use both. Thought. Create the lens that paints a picture of how we view reality. Life is neutral. There is no good and bad in life. Everything is neutral, and we paint the canvas for how we see it. Based on that lens that you create will influence the quick action that you'll take. At the end of the day, you can rationalize and try to imagine all the things that you will come across as your ideal self, but the world don't work like that. The world is turbulent. Changes every second by the ad. Your instincts will guide you through it. No rational amount of thought is fast enough to comprehend what's happening in your ever-changing reality right now. And this is a split in how you should use thought and instinct.